Hello, today we are Bible journaling about the fruit of the Spirit, and the verse is Galatians 5:22 through 23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. So, first I sketched out my lemons, and I'm going to do lemon like slices, and I sketched those out with a pencil, but you see I'm erasing those. I just want to barely see where I've made my marks so that I know where to paint, but if I don't erase those are going to show up through my watercolor. And I'm going to use two yellows, a darker yellow and a lighter yellow. I'm going to take my lighter color yellow and I'm going to color in those big circles I made for my lemon slices, and I'm just going to paint those and color them all the way colored with the light colored yellow first. And I feel like that's too dark for the color I'm going for, so I took my paper towel and I dabbed up most of that color because I want it to be very light colored and look more like a lemon. I did the same thing to my half lemon slice I got at the top corner there. I'm just going to color that in with my light colored yellow and dab up the extra color with my paper towel to make it a light color. And then I dry both of those with my heat gun because I'm fixing to go over with a darker yellow to add some details, and I don't want that running together. Now I'm taking my darker yellow and I'm going to outline the outer edge of that lemon slice, and then I'm going to draw the little lines in the middle to make like slices. So I didn't want it to be too dark, so I dabbed some of that on my paper towel and added a little water to make it a little bit lighter colored. And so I'm just going around the edge there just in a circle with my dark yellow. It's more like a gold color. And now for the slices, they're kind of like triangles, but they all meet in the middle at like a certain point. So I made my little circle as a reference in the middle to kind of know where my slices go. So I make it kind of like little triangle slices, like a wagon wheel, really. And I don't want these to be real dark either. So I'm going to take my paper towel in just a second and dab that up as well because I want it to be kind of light colored because we're going to add some white marks, a gel pen at the end. So now I'm taking my gold yellow and I'm going to make those big lemons. I'm going to start with the gold color. Again, I don't want it to be too dark or too heavy, so I dab some of that off. And I outline the outer edges of my lemon, my whole lemon, with that gold. And then I paint just a little bit more. I'm not going to paint the whole thing this dark gold, but just around the edges there. And now I'm going to switch to my lighter colored yellow and add that into the middle and kind of get that to blend some. And you notice I have a lot of water. I have a hard time not getting too much water. So I'm going to also take my paper towel and dab that up because I want it to be light colored. I think it makes it look better for lemons, so I'm going to do that as well. Now I'm going to speed up for the next lemon. I'm doing the same technique, the dark yellow around the edges, then the lighter yellow in the middle, and dabbing it up with my paper towel so it won't be so dark. Sorry, I have dogs barking in the background. Dried all my lemons with my heat gun. You can see I messed up a little. I got a little bit of yellow smudges, but I'm going to cover that up with leaves and different things. So now I'm going to add my branches and leaves to the whole lemons, and I'm going to use brown to make those little like twigs. And I want to have, a pretty dark color on that, but not too much water so that it doesn't run. Just make those little swipes. And what I did like 3 swipes, 1 big swipe and 2 going to the side. The 2 going to the side are going to have the leaves. And I have a hard time deciding where to put those, so I kind of look and think. So you kind of can add them in different places wherever you see fit. But with watercolor, if you go over your text, you can still read it. So that's the good thing about watercolor. And I got awfully close to that lemon, but when I make my leaves, I'm not going to cover it up. I just put it beside it like it was behind. And I'm going to make a little branch at the bottom just to add some more greenery. And fill up the space a little better. Now for my leaves, I'm just using a green, whatever green that you choose. You can do to make your leaves. I didn't pick a very dark one, just an in-between green in the middle. And leaves are pretty easy. They're just kind of like swipes with your brush. Once you get your brush, the color you want, and the water amount you want, you just swipe. Leaves are pretty, they're pretty easy. They're just kind of like swipes. I make 2 swipes right together to make a leaf. And this one where it's on the edge, I'm just going to kind of swipe next to the lemon, make my shape there, like it's behind it. That way it doesn't go in front of my hard work there on that lemon slice. Same thing here at the bottom. Leaves, I'm just doing like 2 swipes with a medium-sized or smaller sized brush. And those that's going on the paper behind, I don't care what the shape looks like because it's not going to show up in my picture. I wanted to add to cover up that right there. And like I said, when you do watercolor, you can still read your words underneath it. So I decided to add a little branch there to cover up my mistake a little bit and draw attention away from that. So now I'm just going to take my white gel pen and I'm going to clean up my little lemon slices by adding some white lines on each slice and kind of outlining a little bit in that gold and around that gold to make it look more like a lemon slice. And you can use either a white gel pen or white acrylic paint with a very small brush, and you can do that, or a white paint pen. But with a paint pen, you got to be careful because those do bleed and kind of come out really fast. But I like using my gel pen. It's easier for me, but you could use either of those. It kind of makes it look more like a lemon slice to add those lines. Work on some lettering. I've got to get my camera angle just right here. I start at the top, and I'm going to do write fruit of the spirit really big. And then I'm going to write those actual fruit that's mentioned in the scripture on top of my fruit using a smaller pen. So I'm using my calligraphy pen to write fruit. Can't see that top there, sorry. And then of the spirit. And when I'm doing my calligraphy pen, I do lightly on my upstrokes and then bear down on my downstrokes. It makes it look like calligraphy, even if you're just doing your regular cursive. Now I'm going to switch to my smaller micron pen to write some of those fruit of the spirit. I'm not going to video all of it, but I'll give you an idea. I wrote love there on that lemon slice and joy here on the edge of the lemon. After I finish writing all those fruit of the spirit, here's our finished product. There's the finished page. I hope you all are able to reproduce this. Thank you for watching.